Good afternoon, boys and girls. Mrs. Disidore here, and I am going to be doing my third grade read aloud of Superfudge. Today is Monday, April 13th. I hope you had a nice weekend. It is a rainy, nasty day today. So, hopefully this will cheer you up, listening to Fudgy. Now, last chapter was very funny, I have to say, because it was about Fudge calling his kindergarten teacher rat face. Yeah, very funny. So we're up to chapter 7, A Very Cultured Bird. Every day, Fudge brought home paintings from his kindergarten class. Mom hung them on the wall in the kitchen. One night, she said, "Fudgy, you're doing so well in school. I'm going to get you a special treat. What would you like?" "A bird," Fudge said, as if I'd been thinking about it for years. "A bird?" Mom repeated. "Yes, my very own bird." "A bird," Dad said, scratching his new beard. "I was thinking more in terms of a toy, like a yo-yo," Mom said. "I have a yo-yo," Fudge told her, "but I don't have a bird." "I don't see why we can't get Fudge a bird," Dad said. "It might be nice for him to have his own pet." "But Warren," Mom said, "do you really think he's ready for his own pet?" "Yes," Dad said, "I do." "Well," Mom said, and I could see her thinking it over, "if it's all right with Daddy, then it's all right with me." "And he can sleep in my room, right?" Fudge asked. "Yes," Dad said. "On my bed?" "No," Dad said. "Birds sleep in cages, not beds." "But I would be very careful. She could come out." That's my 2-year-old. "She could come out." "But I would be very careful," Fudge said. "I would keep him under the covers with me." "Birds can't sleep in beds," Mom said. "Why not?" Fudge asked. "Because they like to sleep standing up," Mom said. "They do?" Fudge asked. "Yes." "I think I'll try that tonight," Fudge said. "People lie down to go to sleep," Dad explained. "Birds stand up. That's just one difference between people and birds." "Another is that birds can fly, right?" Fudge asked. "That's right," Dad said. "Someday I want to be able to fly, just like a bird." "Don't count on it," I said. But he wasn't listening. He was dancing around Tootsie's high chair, singing, "My very own bird, bird, bird." "Da ba," Tootsie said, tossing a rattle to the floor. That's her latest game. She throws down her toys, then screams until one of us picks them up for her. As soon as she has them back, she throws them down again. Some game. Also, she's teething, so her gums are sore, so she screams a lot. She has the plastic teething ring that we keep in the freezer for her. She likes to bite on it. The cold numbs her gums. That's the truth. The truth is, she'll bite on anything she can get her mouth, including her toes. I keep telling my mother that it's not a good idea to let Tootsie grow up with her feet in her mouth. But Mom says it's just a phase, and that she'll get over it. She even took out the family photo album to show me a picture of myself when I was about Tootsie's age. I had my toes in my mouth too. I know a lot of babies do that. I've asked Mom to get rid of that picture, along with the one of me naked holding a broom. If that one ever got out, I'd never hear the end of it. Fudge asked Mom if he could bring Tootsie to school for show and tell. He wanted to repeat his lecture on how babies are made for his kindergarten class. Mom phoned Miss Zip, who thought it was a wonderful idea. But before they went ahead with it, Miss Zip had to check it out with Mr. Green. Mr. Green said absolutely not. So that was the end of that. Fudge was disappointed, but Mom and Dad convinced him that once he got his bird, he'd have something even more exciting for show and tell. Grandma came to visit for a few days. "I'm getting a bird," Fudge told her. "What kind of bird are you going to get?" Grandma asked. "I don't know. What kind of bird am I going to get?" he asked the rest of us. We all spoke at once. "A canary," Mom said. "A parakeet," Dad said. A mynah bird, I said. Fudge looked confused. Grandma said, I see you haven't decided yet. Mynah birds can talk, I said. A talking bird? Fudge asked. Yeah, you can teach a mynah bird to say anything, I added. Anything? Fudge asked, and I could tell what he was thinking. Well, almost anything, I told him. A talking bird, Fudge said, smiling. Fudgy's going to get a talking bird. Now, wait a minute, Dad said. We haven't decided on what kind of bird we're getting. I was thinking in terms of a nice blue parakeet. You can train a parakeet to fly around the room and land on a stick. And I was thinking in terms of a pretty yellow canary, Mom said. Canaries can sing. They make everyone feel happy. That's nice, Fudge said. Mommy can get a canary, and Daddy can get a parakeet, and Fudgy can get his mynah bird. We're only getting one bird, Mom told him. Oh, Fudge said. Then I guess Mommy won't get her canary, and Daddy won't get his parakeet, because Fudgy's getting his mynah bird. Peter says they can talk, and he knows everything. Mom and Dad looked at me. Well, how am I supposed to know you wanted a canary, I asked Mom, and that you wanted a parakeet, I asked Dad. You never mentioned it before. It could be very educational for Fudgy to have a mynah bird, Grandma said. If I teach him to talk, he might teach me to fly, Fudge said, flapping his arms. Tootsie hiccuped. Who wants some home-baked cookies? Grandma asked as she lifted Tootsie out of her high chair and patted her on the back. Grandma is very good at changing the subject. That afternoon, when I got home from school, the car was gone and the house was quiet. I went upstairs and was on my way to my room when I heard something funny coming from Tootsie's room. Her door was open just a crack, and I peeked in. There was Grandma, barefooted, dancing in circles, and Tootsie in her arms. She was singing, Toot, toot, Tootsie, goodbye. Toot, toot, Tootsie, don't cry. The choo-choo train that takes me, la-da-da-da-dee-da-da, a boo-da-dee-dee-da-da. Toot, kiss me, Tootsie, and then... Hi, Grandma, I said, opening the door all the way. Oh, Peter! She stopped, and her face turned red. What are you doing? I asked. Dancing, she said. Tootsie likes to dance, you know. No, I didn't know. Tootsie grabbed a handful of Grandma's hair and screeched with delight. What was that song you were singing, I asked. Toot, toot, Tootsie, goodbye, Grandma said. You mean there is really such a song? You weren't making it up? Certainly not. It was a very popular back in, let's see. Oh, I can't remember the year, but it was very popular. Tootsie bounced up and down in Grandma's arms, wanting more. Grandma passed her to me. Here, you try it now. Me? I said. You want me to dance with Tootsie? Why not? Grandma, I'm in 6th grade. I don't go around dancing with babies in my arms. Why not? Well, because... Come on, Grandma said. I'll sing. You dance. And she began her song again. Toot, toot, Tootsie, goodbye. Toot, toot, Tootsie, don't cry. I twirled around and around with Tootsie in my arms, and Grandma was right. She loved it. She screamed and laughed and threw her head back, and pretty soon I was laughing too. And all three of us were having a fine old time when Fudge appeared at the door and said, What are you doing, Peter? I looked over, and Mom and Dad were standing there too. Oh, I was dancing, Grandma said. Tootsie likes to dance, so we were dancing with her. She found her shoes under Tootsie's crib and stepped into them. I put Tootsie down in her infant seat and soothed my hair with my hands, ready to explain that it was Grandma's idea, that I was just going along with her. But it turned out that I didn't need to explain anything, because nobody seemed to think it was strange that I was dancing with Tootsie or that Grandma was singing her that song. Guess what? Fudge said. What? Grandma asked. I saw him. I saw my mynah bird. Where? I asked. At the pet store. We're going to bring him home tomorrow. They had to order a cake. He's all black with yellow legs and a yellow nose. Yellow Bill, I said. Nose, Bill, who cares, Fudge said. And he can talk. What can he say? He can say hello in French. In French? I asked. That's right, in French, Mom said. He's very cultured. And I've already named him, Fudge said. What did you name him, Grandma asked. I expected him to say Pierre or Jacques, since he speaks French. Uncle Feather, Fudge said. Uncle Feather, I said. Yes, Uncle Feather, Fudge said again. Isn't that a good name for a bird? It's, unusual, I said. And interesting, right? Fudge asked. Oh, yes, definitely interesting, I told him. It's a real privilege, Fudge said, isn't it? No, it's not a privilege, I told him. It has nothing to do with privilege. I never should have used that word with such a little kid. He still didn't know how to use it. He probably never would. So it's not a privilege, Fudge said. So who cares? And he began to sing. Uncle Feather came to town, flying in the blue sky. Yellow nose and yellow legs, and he belongs to me, oh my. Come on, Grandma, Fudge said. Dance with me now. He and Grandma held hands and danced around the room while Fudge sang his latest to the tune of Yankee Doodle. My family and their musical numbers were getting to be too much, so I took off for Alex's house and some peace and quiet. Okay, this is a long chapter, so I am going to stop there, and we will continue with this chapter tomorrow. Very interesting that Fudge is getting a pet named Uncle Feather. We'll see if that brings more problems. All right, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. I miss you all, and I hope you enjoyed your read aloud on this rainy, miserable day. Bye, y'all.